All right, there you go.
All right, good morning, everybody. Thanks for waking up on this cold Saturday. Let's start with just some moving. Running in place. Waking those feet up. You can do a little step to the side, step to the side. And back to running in place. Shake out those hands. Very good. Step to the side. Easy peasy. Get everything moving. Very good. And running in place. Pushing through the feet. Waking those feet up. We worked our feet really hard this week during balance week. I can tell my feet and ankles need a little extra. Not to mention running through all the snow, which I've been doing. Really gets those ankles going. And step to the side. Gonna do it for a while, just so we can get into a bit of a rhythm. You can even watch your breath as you watch how your feet are moving. A movement can be a meditation. Running in place. Pick up the tempo a touch. All right, now step on the diagonals. Good. Switch your diagonal in whatever graceful fashion you'd like to. Oh, that was pretty good. Now we're gonna switch to just forward and back. So yeah, how can you do that? Amber was much more graceful than I was. Straight forward, straight back. All right, now switch legs. Ooh, something happened. Choreography. Good, now back to running in place. Faster now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, can you do 2 things at once? Let's circle our arms as we're running in place. All the way around and back.
This particular 2 things at a time is all hard for me.
Do 2 things at a time. Whatever works for you. Keep switching. All right, side to side. And the diagonals. And the other diagonal.
We were up all night rehearsing.
Yes. And now straight forward and back. And switch the other leg. Oh. All right, very good, everybody. Little choreography in the morning. Moving from side to side, legs wide, bending the knees. You can do this in a chair, just twisting like so. And we're also going to twist if you're standing. And start with having your gaze forward. So your torso is moving, but your head's staying in the same place. Now, move your head with your torso, so your gaze is shifting back and forth. I don't want anybody getting dizzy, so you can keep your head straight forward. If that's right, you can have it just be a small look, or if you're feeling feisty, you can challenge yourself and look almost all the way behind you as you go back and forth. We're going to do this for a minute or so. So keep that in mind in how big you choose to go. And connecting into your feet, feeling your weight into the floor as you shift each time. Noticing your breath as you go. And back to looking straight forward. Keep the rhythm going in your lower body and your arms. Okay, challenging moment. Can you do opposite of the torso? Looking the opposite direction.
Nope.
Nope. Amber says no. Difficult. Little coordination challenge.
Feels like I'm
You don't have to look very far.
in trouble. Like, oh,
Yeah, you might be in trouble.
look.
All right, back to just looking straight forward. It's good to find the edges. All right, yeah, just let your arms kind of flap as you go now, getting some blood throughout the arms. Flap. Loosening up the shoulders, letting the fingers and hands be loose. Flap. Try not to whack any pets, any lamps,
Oh, radiators.
any radiators, goldfish.
Goldfish.
Yeah. And let's bring the feet together. Let's just do one. Raise your arms to the sky, reaching high, high, high. Breathing as you go. Keep reaching. Keep reaching. Reaching through the whole body, the whole torso up through the hips, nice and long. Make yourself as tall as possible. Good, and bringing the arms down, and now rolling down as far as you like to touch your toes, your knees, your thighs, whichever is right for you. Hanging over. See if you can find a place where it's enjoyable. You can bend your knees if that helps. Nice stretch through the back, a little blood through to the head. Okay, let's roll back up. Give yourself a nice shake all through the body. And then on your own time, get yourself set up for meditation. Good start. Make yourself comfortable. If you need to have on a blanket or some slippers, take the time to do that. Hopefully that warmed you up a bit, but I know it can be chilly. And we don't need to be shivering while we're meditating. Closing your eyes when you're ready. Going right to the quiet of the breath. Your body and lungs are breathing at whatever pace is right for your body. No need to control the breath. Let it breathe quickly if it needs to, or slowly if it wants to. In any case, find the basic quietness at the root of the breath. Our question for the day connects into what we were doing yesterday. The question is, what is moving? Right away, it's possible through force of habit that you start answering with words. My chest is moving. The dog is moving. My feet are moving, whatever it is. So when we ask these types of questions, we try to answer with experience. You go right to the experience of whatever you think is moving. No need to take the next step and name what is moving or describe the movement. Just go to the experience of moving. I'm going to give some examples of things that you may become aware of. And of course, because I'm speaking, I have to use words. But see if those things that I describe, if you can go right to the experience and just watch them without naming them yourself. your breathing. Your heart pumping. Your pulse in your wrist or your fingers. The micro movements of keeping your head atop your spine. A muscle twitching. And even a thought can be a kind of movement. It can be experienced as moving through. So those are just a number of examples. And rather than go to those examples now, just think about what is moving. What is moving in general? What is moving throughout your consciousness? And you ask the question and you let the question initiate a investigation, an experiential investigation. As you go, you become more and more attuned to even the smallest of movements, the smallest of adjustments. Feel free to ask the question again in quietly in your own mind. And it's a good thing to do right after you've noticed that you've been wandering a bit. You've been wandering a bit, thinking about breakfast or whatever. And you just ask the question, what is moving? And you allow the investigation to answer. Don't ask incessantly or repeatedly. You don't have to keep asking what is moving, what is moving. It doesn't become like a mantra. It's just a little droplet to remind you to come back and investigate what's here. Specifically today, what's moving. A relaxation can be a movement. Swallowing is a movement. And this questioning practice is it's a good way to focus the mind, but try not to look at it only as a technique to focus the mind. Go into the investigation as though there was something very valuable to be found at the very base of the movement, the very base of the being. Something meaningful, beautiful to watch, very quiet. And happy, but not happy in terms of experiencing a elated emotion, just happy in the sense of not having any problems, at rest. All of these things can be found at the base or the foundation, the basic being of the breath, of the movement. So I have a quick story to share with you all as we're coming to the end of today's meditation. And keep your eyes closed and keep your meditation posture to listen if you like. The story it's a classic Zen story. I'm sure at least two of you have heard this story before, but here it goes. There were two men having a philosophical discussion, and they were discussing a flag blowing in the wind. And one of the men thought he was very clever, and he espoused that it's the wind that's actually moving, and the flag is not the one that's actually moving. And the other man was agitated by this. He was a realist, and he was very sure that it was actually the flag that was moving. And they went back and forth about this. And luckily, the neighborhood Zen master was walking by at just the right moment, as Zen masters tend to do. And he says, "No, it is mind that is moving. Mind that is moving." So I thought that was apt to today's meditation. Something to think about over the weekend, perhaps. Let's take our breaths together. Ready? And inhale. Exhale. Long, slow breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, wiggle the toes and wiggle the fingers. Start to open the eyes. Clench the fists. Wake everything back up. All right, thanks for meditating today. Thanks so much for coming, and we'll see you on Monday. Please hang out and chat if you'd like. Bye.